So a long, long time ago, there was a blue dragon. And this blue dragon loved everything blue. In the way that dragons do, he hoarded blue stones, sapphires, blue silk. And this dragon, he was flying around and he saw a beautiful river going down the mountain. And he said, "Oh, this is just what I need." And he flew around, he built a dam so that it would hoard all the water at the top of the mountain. "Oh, yes," said the dragon. And every day he would fly around 3 times around the lake that he had made. And then he would land on a blue rock and dry off and crawl into his cave where he had gold and blue silk and blue sapphires and a beautiful blue egg. And he would go to sleep. Now, at the bottom of that mountain was a village. And that village was isolated, but they had been doing very well for as long as anyone could remember. And in that village there was a master drummer who was trying to teach the most talented student he had ever had, a young boy who could learn almost every tattoo, every rhythm that he taught him, except the most powerful one. And so the boy would try and try every day to learn this new rhythm, and the master would try and try to teach him. And this went on for a very long time, until one day the boy came in and I am not a master drummer, but that's how I imagine it sounded, because the boy had learned that tattoo at last. And the master reached out and grabbed his hands and said, "This is a rhythm of power. I believe that you will use it to change the world." And the master died. And the very next day, the river dried up. Now we know why that river dried up. First to a trickle and then to a dry riverbed. The dragon was hoarding the water at the top, but the people didn't know. So they gathered together and the elders decided to send their 7 fiercest warriors up to the top of the mountain to demand the water back from wherever it was being kept. When they got up to the top of the mountain, of course, they found the dragon. And the dragon said, "Who are you?" And they said, "We have come to get our river back." And the dragon said, "A dragon never gives up his hoard." And quickly he knocked 6 of those 7 warriors off the mountain, and the 7th ran back and told the people of the dragon. Well, now they didn't know what to do, because if they couldn't fight the dragon and they couldn't have the water, they'd have to move the village. And they knew that many of their people, the elders and the young, would not survive such a move. But there didn't seem to be any other choice. And one morning the boy woke up and he went to his parents and he said, "I am going to see the dragon." And they tried to talk him out of it. 7 of our warriors went up and they could do nothing. "What do you think you are going to do?" And the boy said, "I am going to beat my drum." And he did. He went up the mountain beating the drum. And he heard, very faintly at first, but then louder and stronger, a flute being played in time with his rhythm. Da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. And as he looked, he saw a young woman. She was dressed in blue. And she was playing the flute. Do, 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 do. And as the boy and the girl played together, the music in conversation, answering back and forth, they realized they were in total communion. And the boy said, "Do you not know there's a dragon at the top of the mountain? Come quickly down to my village. I don't know what we can do for you, but you'll be safer there than with the dragon." And the girl said, "Oh, what makes you think you know anything of dragons?" He said, "Well, the dragon at the top of the mountain is hoarding our water. Our village is dying." And the girl turned. And suddenly the air was filled with the sound of thunder. And there was a crack. And then she turned around. And there was a dragon. The dragon said, "I am the daughter of the dragon at the top of the mountain. Show me your village. Climb on my back." And the boy climbed up, and the dragon flew him down to the village and saw the devastation. Everywhere she looked, there was barrenness and suffering. She flew the boy back up the mountain and let him off of her back and turned once again into the girl that he had seen. She said, "Tomorrow, come up the mountain with all of the people from the village. If they have drums, bring drums. If they have no drums, bring pots and pans, anything that will make a noise. And rush up the village at sunrise, making as much noise as you can." And the boy said, "Won't that wake your father, the dragon?" And the girl said, "Yes. And talk to him about what you need." Well, the boy went back and had a heck of a time convincing the village, but they were desperate and didn't have very much else that they could do. And of course, they had seen the dragon that had flown with the boy on her back. And so they agreed. And in the morning, they gathered together before sunrise. And they made a hell of a noise running up the mountain. Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum, bang, 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 bang. And the dragon woke up. And the dragon flew down to where the people were, and they stopped making the noise, and they cowered in front of the dragon, and they said, "Please, please just give us back our water." And the dragon said, "I have told you, I will not give back anything in my hoard." And to the front of the people came the girl. And she held up her hand and she said, "Father, you must give these people back their water." And he said, "A dragon never gives up his hoard." And she said, "Then I will leave when they leave their village." And the dragon flew high into the air and circled the lake 3 times and broke through the dam and let the water run back to the village. Because as much as a dragon loves his hoard, there is one thing he loves more: his daughter.